Hello everybody, Happy New Year. And a thought for the day. The newspapers are full of stories about Harry and Meghan and how we can't trust this person and that person and Taliban and all sorts of horrible stories. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, just a thought for the day. Never trust a molecule or an atom because they make up everything. Anyway, just a thought for the day. So, what I want to talk to you about today, well, it's a big subject actually. It's called Who's Sailing Your Ship? Does it say? Sailing the ship. What's it all about? Well, it's about who's running your life. Is it you or is it somebody else? Is it something else? Is it another system? And that sounds a bit stupid, but if you look again, you'll notice what it's showing you is that 10% of our conscious mind, of our mind is conscious, and 90%, which is the drivers, the motivators, is actually subconscious. So if you want to make changes, and this is a great time of year to consider making changes, you've got to dig deep into your subconscious because that's where all the change needs to take place. Now that's not an act of willpower, that's an act of actually digging deep and finding out what's there at the moment. Now I've got a technique which I can talk to you very quickly about today, but there's a whole big subject, this one. But basically what I do is I use a diary, which I write down my thoughts, random thoughts. It doesn't matter what I talk about, just anything that comes into my mind, and I put a date to it and I write into it every day. Now the value, the gold dust, if you like, doesn't come from writing it. It comes from reviewing it, actually reading back a week, 2 weeks later, what you've actually written, what random thoughts are coming up in your mind. Because that way you can find out what your fears, your anxieties, what your concerns, what your goals, what your ambitions are. You can find out what habits you've got, what habits you need to change. Because at the end of the day, if you want to make significant changes, which is the best time, this is the time to write your business plan. This is 2023, the beginning of 2023. You need to dig deep. Because you've got to make changes, and the thing you've got to change is yourself. Nobody else. If you're a business owner, it's you that you have to go to work on, nobody else. You have to work on yourself. You have to change yourself. And to do that, first of all, you have to identify what you identify with at the moment, how your personality is made up, what are your self-limiting beliefs, your BS, your belief systems. Look at your belief systems, dig deep, find out what they are, find out what's holding you back at the moment. That's a hard thing. It's actually something that perhaps someone else needs to help you with rather than being able to do it yourself. It's actually very hard. But I promise you the best place to start is keeping this diary and just watching your thoughts and then going back and rereading. That's where the gold dust lies, rereading what you've actually written. Because you've basically got to reprogram the programs that you've already got. If you think about when you drive a car, it's the subconscious that's driving the car. That's a program that you just let run so that you can do other things whilst that program's running. And that's what so many other things are like in our life. And so if you want change, you have to reprogram yourself. And that's all about personal mastery. You've got to master yourself. And this is a big subject, but I'm just touching on it today for your benefit. But there's a lot more to this, and I will be talking about this again. Very relevant right now. Thank you for listening.